Started the morning with the complimentary breakfast at the hostel. They had the same kind of like fried rice that I really liked at the other place, it was fried rice, but it wasn't the same. It was good. It was just different. It was more salty, and the spices, they were spicy, but they didn't have like that sourness, which I really liked with the lime. But it was still really good. And then they had like it was almost like a pineapple orange juice, or maybe it was like mango pineapple juice, but it was really good. And then I had some toast with some IKEA jam. When I originally checked into the hostel yesterday, I was getting into the capsule, and I had the bottom capsule. I kind of bumped my head, and the capsules there were like made out of like concrete or something. Like normally, like if you hit wood, it's like oh, but with concrete, it's like oh, just like there's like like your head picks up all the impact. And then when I was leaving this morning, I was getting out of the capsule, probably in the same place. And then I was walking out through the hallway. I didn't really get any footage of the hallways because it wasn't really anything that spectacular. But there were these cross beams, and they even say like "watch your head." I'd forgotten about them, and so I was walking, and I think I had my head down like this, and then I just hit it again. So like in the span of 24 hours, I've hit my head 3 times, and 2 of them were within like a minute of each other, and all 3 times just hitting it like solid concrete. So that's fun. I didn't need to remember my 3rd birthday. And then so I took the train over to the Riverside, basically, which I guess this is the part that I thought was down south. There's a lot of like temples and shrines around here. I went through a couple of those. The variety of street food continues to amaze me, and like I don't know if it's impressive or horrifying, but you can just get like I guess it's lunch meat like on a cart on the street. Seems kind of unsanitary, but I don't know. It'd be kind of cool to be able to just randomly get some cold cuts on your way home. I stopped by this little, I guess it was a cafe. It was basically like, I think it was technically this family's garage. I see a lot of these around here where it's like homes with businesses out in the front. She came up to me, and like I was the only customer, and then it was a really small place. She was telling me that they were at a coffee, and then I was like, no, I don't want coffee, because on the board they had what was called Butterbeer. I'm assuming this is not what was supposed to be in Harry Potter. Although, based on what I've heard about the ones that they have at the theme park, this is better. It's basically just, there's a cream soda with some kind of froth on the top. I don't know if it was actually like butter froth. That'd be awesome. But yeah, like it's like a lot of times having stuff that you used to like as a kid never tastes as good because your taste buds are different. But like this is how I remember cream soda being like. I don't think I saw another white person out here. I don't know. It's weird. Like it's become an oddity when I see Caucasian people. I'm like, wow, that person stands out. What is that person doing here? That outsider. And then I realize I'm looking in the mirror. On the waterfront, there's a lot of premium real estate. So there's a lot of high-end hotels and shopping centers. And so I figured one hotel would actually have a decent view of the water. Again, I still hadn't seen the river since I'd gotten here. So I got some, what did I get? I got a peach sparkling water, or peach soda at 7-Eleven. There are 7-Elevens everywhere here. I had this, jokingly, I would never do this, but I was thinking of like a suicidal drinking game. Like if you were to take a drink as you're walking through like Bangkok or Tokyo. I'm sure there's a lot of other cities like that, but like, and just take a drink every time you see a 7-Eleven. Like, there's a spot near the hostel I was leaving this morning where there were 2 7-Elevens right across from each other. I was like, why do you need another one? And then there's another one like kitty corner. It's like, why do you need that many 7-Elevens? The hotel had a nice little, I don't know, deck area, or there's an area right on the water. A waitress came out and was asking if I wanted any food, so I felt bad for just kind of loitering. And then I pissed off this cat when I left the hotel and I was continuing to walk. So one thing that's frustrating with the GoPro is, so like normally I just have it off, and it has this function where you can hit the shutter button or whatever, and then it'll turn on and start taking a video. But it'll take like 10 seconds to actually start filming, and sometimes like it won't turn on right away, so like you'll hit it again, but then that'll like counteract it, and so it won't start filming. And then so like I'll be sitting doing something, and then it'll turn out that the thing I thought I was recording for the last minute and a half wasn't actually recording. So like this poor cat, like I'd gotten him like just to the point of getting kind of annoyed with me because I was filming and taking pictures, and then I was walking away, and then I realized that none of the video happened, so I had to go back, and then the cat was like so annoyed with me. Then I found another shrine slash shopping center. They had cats. Okay. As I was leaving there, I saw this Ferris wheel in the distance, and I was like, what's that? And so I couldn't figure out where it was on my map, or what it was on my map, so I just kept walking, and then eventually I found it. I don't know how to pronounce it. It's like Asiatique, or Asiatique? I don't know. It's this, it's almost like a fisherman's wharf kind of thing. There's like one of those like 4D motion theater ride things. There's a, I don't know if it's a massage. There's a spa that you can have those like little fish nibble at your feet to like pick off the dead skin and stuff like that. They have like go-karts, so I'll definitely be going back there. Oh, then there's like a puppet show. There's like a Thai puppet show, which would be interesting. What's up? Because I got there like at 1 p.m. and it doesn't open until 4. And then I start heading back. So I finally got back, or I got to my hostel to check in, and this is a pretty cool hostel. It's called the House of Freya Jasayan. Apparently the road that it's off of is like the first road that was built in either Bangkok or Thailand in general. I don't know. Okay, so I actually have a shared bathroom, which if I get into, do that. But yeah, so it's basically, the room is built around like a bunk bed. I have the room to myself. It's like a bunk bed, and then there's fridge, water, or like a kettle, little desk area. Oh, I do have a towel. I didn't realize I had a towel. So, originally I was gonna wear my GoPro on my head so I could easily climb, but I'm not gonna try to climb all the way. There's my bed, and then there's the air conditioner, storage area. Each room is styled differently, and they're very small. They're like 11 square meters or something like that. And actually this is like too much space for me, which is weird. But you share the bathroom with the room next to you, which sounds weird, but so basically you just each have 2 sets of locks on your doors. So one that could be locked from the inside, one on the outside. So like when you're going in, you open your door and then lock their door. And then when you're about to leave the bathroom, you unlock it so they can go back to the bathroom. In order to maximize the space, they have the bed on top of pretty much everything else, which I've seen that in apartment designs, and I always thought that was a cool idea. Although in practice, I really don't like doing bunk beds. I'm too large and gangly. Although I could pretty much just like go down one step and then step all the way down. Not really, but with the showers here in Bangkok and probably a lot of Asia, there's these water heaters you can get like hooked up directly on the wall in the shower. You're supposed to use that so it heats up the water while you're using it rather than when you're not using it, so it saves energy. But the default is to just have like cold or lukewarm showers. So I was going to do that for like a month before I came here, and then I didn't because I didn't want to torture myself. And here I'm like already used to it after like the first day, because like a cold shower normally sounds really bad, but like when you're just out in the heat the whole day, you're like, oh, that feels so good. You can't flush toilet paper because they don't have the sewage system powerful enough to do it. So like you either use a bidet or your hand, which I never had to do, fortunately. And then if they have toilet paper, then they'll have like a waste basket to put it in there. I've had to do that a couple times, TMI. But surprisingly, it doesn't smell or make that much of a mess, so I guess they must constantly be cleaning it up. And then the draining speed of the sinks is pretty slow. Wi-Fi at this place is definitely better than the last place. It still kind of comes and goes, but they have like 4 or 5 networks. So tomorrow I'm going to try something new in that the next place I'm staying at is within walking distance for me. I'm technically usually doing about this much anyways, but normally like I take breaks and stuff like that, so I'm gonna have to find some stuff in between. But it's like 6 miles, so like I can do it, but it just kind of sucks knowing that like at the bare minimum I have to walk that. So like hopefully it doesn't rain tomorrow. I didn't even think about that. So I guess that's it.